Hello and welcome back to my garage here in Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. So, let's see. Quick explanation. My video card took a giant dump and completely died, my previous video card that I had. I do have a spare older video card that I keep around just for that kind of event. But it's old enough now that it's no good for any kind of modern gaming. I mean, I can play some stuff on it, but I don't think this game would look any good on it. And it took me a little while to get a hold of a new card. But I do have a significantly better video card now than I did, which is nice, because there's been a lot of things that I haven't been able to play to their full, what's the word I want? To their full glory. But this new card can run them just nice, perfectly fine. And so I have some. Let's see let's get rid of stuff here. This is the car that I'm going to work on. The last time I played the game, I went to the Junkyard and I picked this up, and we'll come back to this in a minute. These are cars that I had in storage. I pulled these out and got them done. I'm trying to get my parking back under control. There's still a lot of junk cars in there, but it's better than it was. Everything now on the first floor is complete, and everything on the second floor is complete. I think the cars that are here on the third floor now, well, maybe not. I was going to say I thought these cars were all complete. Oh, that's the modern RX-7, because in here I have the older model RX-7. So the stuff that's in here is done, and there's space in here. I've got some cars in these other floors that are done that I need to move around and get in here, and that's where the Ferrari is going to go. But these ones are just extras that I had laying around waiting to be done. So the Porsche 911 Carrera 4S, and this color is the factory color. It came. I put this Porsche logo on the side, and I chromed the rims, but other than that, it's pretty much stock, except of course for all the performance parts that are in it. But this one can go, because I have one of these in my collection already. What was that? 476 grand, something like that. And of course the Dodge Viper. This one is, again, the factory color is this sort of burnt orange. I added the black stripes because I thought it set it off nicely. And this one is also all done. So it's about slightly more than the Porsche was, about the same price for the two. And now this is the Ferrari, was it the 250 GT? Yes. And this one I decided I'm going to go ahead and keep it. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it in the race. Well, although this is the race version, so it probably would be appropriate to keep it in the race markings, because it has the roll cage in there, you can see. And this car is staggeringly expensive, in case anybody forgot. It's like over $5 million. 5.2 million for this car. I think this is the single most valuable car that I've kept. But this one is, this one is going to go into parking. And if I did everything correctly, it should end up on floor 3. Yep, there it is. So that one is almost just got some. I just got to find the stuff that ended up in other places and move it here. Okay, so that brings us to this thing. And this is a Corvette Stingray C8. Corvette C8 Stingray. This is a mod I downloaded a few weeks ago. Before. And it was the first time I'd seen it, so I went ahead and picked it up. I have no idea what this is going to come out looking like. I think it has. Okay, so it has just the standard V8. There's no options for changing the engine, so that means it's not going to be super duper powerful, which is probably a good thing, because I don't want to have any more cars go flipping off the track. And there aren't a whole lot of body parts on here, I don't think. body condition is 1. And we'll deal with this stuff. I saw it had 2 radiators way up front. The place looks kind of lonely now. There were 4 cars in here before, and now there's just 1. Okay, let's see what we were able to use. Actually, there's some leftover bits here. Oh, these are from the... I guess I must have bought 2 of those. Or, you know what? Oh, dear. I repaired parts that I took off that Dodge Viper's engine. And the engine in the car, when I worked on it, had both of the heads. And I think I may have put one of the non-performance heads back on the car, which is why I have this one here. Oh well. Okay, what do we need? Brake servo, air filters. And of course, since it's a mod, it's going to be in here. I wonder if I can get everything with just C8. Looks like it. And then I don't think we have any... Yeah, we don't have any weird other options for windows. The front windshield and the doors is it. C8 right side mirror. Go ahead and buy that because I know. And since I also saw that it looks like they've got a black carbon version of the car. I don't think I have a left side door. Oh, there's a radiator back here too. This thing has 4 radiators. So ABS, these are the radiators that I repaired from the front, so I'll have to buy more of them. I guess the front radiators are going to just trust to ram air from the outside. Okay, so the steering wheel, it appears to be a clamshell. And that's seat 11 leather D. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised by that. What else did I take off of this thing? The hood. That headlight. Didn't have a front bumper. I think it had a door. And what else? I don't think I actually have anything else. Yeah, the windows. So now we just have to figure out which other pieces we want. Trunk window, engine cover, left trunk tail light B. Actually, let's get the front bumper and rear bumper. That'll narrow things down better. And the engine cover, there's only one engine cover, so that's easy. Front clamshell, right headlight. I saw it a second ago. Front clamshell, there we go. It's going to be like the hard top. No, I have the left headlight, I need the right headlight. So left trunk tail light B, left tail light, right tail light. Rear clamshell, trunk window. I saw the trunk window, where did it go? And then rear clamshell. I don't know if you have a front license plate. We're getting there. I think the left rear fender, left side mirror, front left door B. Ah, white leather, okay. I knew I'd seen that before. Left trunk taillight B, it's the steering wheel. I was wondering what the heck that was. Yeah, left trunk taillight B is the steering wheel. That should be... What else are we missing? We're missing something. Engine cover. There we go. Body 100%. So now we can... Actually should have done this before, since I usually... But then the body doesn't look terrible. A lot of times when you do cars from the junkyard, the body just looks horrific. And this one is just kind of... You can see it's worn. It's kind of scratched up. But it doesn't look like a complete rust bucket. Oh, that's annoying. I wish they would fix that. Okay, and we're at 59 grand. You know what? I didn't look. I wasn't paying attention to the cost of the car when I started. So I have no idea. This is probably not going to be super valuable. Guess it's a good thing I sold almost $1 million worth of cars at the beginning of the episode. Because this one is probably going to be disappointing. And do you have any exhaust? No. Just the manifolds off the engine. It's going to be like the... oh God, which Ferrari was it? There's the F40. Alright, let's go and paint the thing and see what it looks like. I kind of like this green that's on the hood here. I wonder if that's going to be wonder if it'll let us. Nope, it's not going to let us have that. So we're kind of a pearl white. Do you have any livery? Well, it claims it does, but I don't see anything. Well, okay, let's go with this. I can always change it later if I decide I don't like it. I don't hate it. It doesn't look bad. When the wheels are all done and chromed out, it might even be worth doing like matte black wheels to set off the white body. This front end is going to be super easy. You can see that there's no cross member to deal with. It's such a contrast too when you saw the body of the car beforehand. It wasn't really, it was scratched up and dented, but it wasn't really it wasn't rusty like so many other cars are. And you get underneath here and all the mechanical parts are just a mass of rust. So you don't have a rear axle either. I can see the axle there, the drive axle. It's going to. There's some mod cars that use this setup with the rear engine and the transmission in the back. But they'll have they'll have like this where the drive. I need to get the wheel off. They'll have the drive axle just kind of clipping into the transmission when it's all put back together. That's something that I think that the developers could do, and I don't actually know. Playway is the publisher that publishes scads of different mechanic-style games. Like, I have extensively played Tank Mechanic Simulator, but it's a different dev who built that game, as opposed to, I think it's Red Dot that built CMS. Which, of course, also takes me to the hopefully soon impending release of CMS 2021. Because I would really like to have that game. Okay, what do we got here? What's that, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 bushings? No small ones, at least. nice full set of disc brakes. And I know I'm going to need tie rods and sway bars. I didn't look. I don't remember which one is which front sway bar this car had. Front sway bar. Okay, good. And we will need double wishbone for the front and back. Go ahead and get those assembled. Start dismounting these tires. Hopefully I can save those rims. So far so good. The first one was like 20%, that one was 33%. That usually bodes well. You're 30%, so that's not bad. Though with junkyard cars, what usually happens to me is I'm able to repair like 3 of the rims. Oh, no, not mount. Usually what happens with junkyard cars is I'm able to repair 3 of the rims. End up having to toss one of them. But these are all above 20%, so that's a good sign. Okay, these can go. What else do I need to go through? Hub bearings for sure. 13% on that one, almost certainly not. $27, $28, and $35. Probably be able to repair them. Not that or that. Anything that's a single-digit percentage, it's not even going to try to repair. Are these tires all the same size? No, they're not. That one is 36. 777 and 36. That's weird. What is that? 245, 35, 19. $1,500. Of course, I bought race tires instead of sport tires. Slightly better traction than the sport tire. I don't think this is going to be a super powerful car either. 305 30 20. $2,000 for those two. Tell you what, that better reflect in the price of the car when I'm done. 305 30 20. Okay, we're good there. What's left? Okay, I think that's the potentially repairable stuff. Yeah, I got the engine out. I saw a couple of things fail. I think we got all the rims though. That almost never happens. Let's see, upper suspension arm times 2. And that was a front axle and a rear axle knuckle cover. Rear axle knuckle housing D. And that should actually be right there. Okay, let's get these rims cleaned up, get these rims chromed. I wish this thing had a better camera view. Instead of just making you choose fixed camera positions. That's 3. And 4. Yeah, that's going to look pretty good on this car, I think. I think that's the last one that needs to go on the mount. I think that's the last one that needs to be mounted. And I think that will be the third to go on the balancer. So those should be done pretty quickly. And I have you know what's going to happen too, just occurred to me, is this is going to go on and we're going to be able to lower the car without the engine being in it. As you see there, the axle isn't connected to anything. You see the 305/20 in the back. I actually don't know. I actually don't know which tire that was. Probably have balanced the two fronts and not all the back ones at this point. I sure hope, though, in the next version of the game, that we'll have access to more than just one set of machines. I mean, for God's sake, I have so much money. I should be able to buy the biggest garage facility in the country. Yeah, that looks pretty darn good to me. It's such an amazing difference, though, when you take out all the rusty junk and put in nice, fresh, new steel. I swear, I never get tired of this. This is only a rear-wheel drive car, too. It just occurred to me. Since it has, you can see there, we've got the cap there. Give you a view from inside the wheel. All right, look at that. Actually looks like something now. It's not like the last Corvette that I did, the ZR1 Corvette that I did. Is there a, yeah, there is. Might be able to reuse some of this stuff too, because the water pump is not a performance part. The pulleys and rollers and stuff are junk though, and I can usually repair like the power steering pump and the alternator, even though I'm not going to use them again. Any spark plugs in there? No. I don't think I took the clutch and stuff off. Nope, I didn't. I usually take the clutch and things off before I take the engine out of the car. Forgot this time though. And since it had both heads on it, so it's going to have all the pistons, but once again, no caps in here, no oil pan. Okay, let's go through here and junk stuff that we know we're not going to use again. There was only one spark plug in all that. Let's see, let's get power steering pump, alternator. I'm gonna need coils. V8 timing belts, pulleys. It's going to be the V8 pulley and the water pump pulley. Rollers. I'm about to probably make a mistake there. Belt V8, need serpentine belt B and serpentine belt A, V8. Cam gears, need to get those. And the clutch parts, I need to get the clutch parts. And actually, I don't even have a transmission, because there wasn't one in the car. So, and I know it's going to be just gearbox V8, which is that one. Cam gear. Okay, the rest of the stuff I want to try to repair. Oh, bummer. Didn't get that. I didn't see what... See, I repaired 2 of those camshafts. Got 110 for the repaired part, as opposed to whatever it was for the junk. Repaired both of the engine heads and the pump. Not using any of those again. But $750 for the repaired engine head is better than scrap value. Crankshaft V8. Need this intake manifold. Oil. Almost forgot. And it's this oil pan. Fuel rail DI. I have the distinct feeling I'm missing something. Oh yeah. Oh, shoot. Almost forgot the most important part. Okay, I'm not actually sure if that's everything, but that should be enough to get us going quite a long way. I like to secure the crankshaft first. What? Forget, like, the single most important thing in the engine. I know I bought rings, though, right? Yeah. I was going to say that I like to secure the crankshaft first before I start hanging stuff off of it. The game doesn't care, but it makes me feel better. Something just occurred to me. Don't have the exhaust manifold for the V8. On this engine, I like to put the spark plugs in at this point, because you can, assemble the head and everything, and put the head covers on it, but then you have to kind of angle the camera to look down into the wells for the spark plugs. I just find it easier to put them in now. So happy that this is a DOHC engine. That Dodge Viper that Dodge Viper that I had here at the beginning, that's a V10 overhead valve engine. which means it has 20 rocker arms to put in. And that's like the single most tedious thing in the world to do. Almost home, though, here. All right. Perfect. All done. And I'll bet this is going to be a pain in the butt to get to. Wait, I thought I touched the engine there for a second. Yeah, just barely. I dislike the ones where you have to take a part out in order to reach the engine to put oil in it. See, look, the rear drive axle is not even connected to the transmission. Doesn't even pretend to be hooked up to it. That should 100% us, though. Yep. I do like how the spoiler back here is black. It sets off the it sets it off against the white. Same thing with the vents here on the side. I'll go and test it, see what it's got under the hood. I'm not particularly into it, really. I mean, it looks nice. I do like the way it has come out, but it's definitely not a Corvette that I'm really fond of. It's probably, what, 700 and something horsepower? Holy crap. That's like supercharged engine territory there. I wouldn't have expected that to happen. Though the modder who built the car must have put it in there to be that power, to be up that high. That's almost twice what the standard factory engine power was. Actually, what was it? It's like 75%. Yeah, it was 548 or something like that, so it would have been 1,009, not a little bit over, like 1696, 1,096. It said it had, what did it say? White leather? Doesn't look all that white to me. Does it have... Is this a car that has like a flappy pedal gearbox? Because I hate those. Yeah, it does. Doesn't have a clutch that I can see, though. Alright, let's go ahead and drive it and see what it's got. What the heck am I doing here? That's what I want. That's what I want. Okay, here we are. My camera was confused there for a second. Okay, maybe I should have gone with more of a plain. This is kind of a, it's almost kind of a silvery white. Maybe I should have just gone with standard, like plain eggshell white. Don't know if I'm super happy with the paint color. Let's see how fast it goes. Don't you try to get away from me. $183. It's like, can we hit 200? No. For a second I thought it was going to keep going like that one car did. So 183 miles an hour. It was a little bit squirrely at the beginning when I first shifted gears, but it didn't manage to get away from me, which is what we want. Okay, so I have to say it's not a car that I would be interested in keeping in any case. I don't really care for the body style. It doesn't really look like Corvette to me. So remember at one point I looked at it and it was $59,000. So now it's 137, 150, not 164. So 165 grand for that. So it's worth more. It's actually ended up being worth more than I expected, so that was worthwhile. I hate to spend time, doing a car, and it's only worth, 90 grand or whatever. But 165, I guess, is not too bad. I don't think this is a car that I would do again, though. I mean, it's not worth a huge amount of money, and I don't particularly like looking at it. So this one can go. Alright, cool. That's going to wrap this one up. And we have a empty garage again, which cannot be allowed to stand. So next time we'll go to the junkyard and hopefully find something cool. There were a couple of new mod cars that came out on the workshop that I've downloaded, so hopefully we'll find something new and different. But until then, I hope you enjoyed the video and hope to see you again here for our next junkyard adventure. So on that note, bye for now.